coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, I appreciate the support. I do, man. Even though it's rough sometimes, man, I appreciate those who roll with me no matter what. You heard? Yeah, man. So we thugging, we trying to work it out. But hey, man, let's go, let's get it, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share the video, man, so the video can get out there in the algorithm. That's all I ask. Let's go, let's get it. I'm gonna try to keep it coming. And on that note, I'm going with what somebody asked me recently, man. They asked me what happens they asked me, well, the question was really like, what really happens to people in prison when they find out you in there for doing something like with a child, or when they find out you in there for, for grape or stuff like that. And they asked me like for murder. They like put it all together. Like, do people treat them different in there for things like that? And the true answer is, which is crazy, like with murder, ain't nobody really gonna treat you different. If anything, they gonna be a little leery of you. You know what I'm saying? Which is normal. That's normal. If you ask me, if I know this dude in here for murder, regardless of what he looked like, to me, if he looked small, he looked weak, he white, he Hispanic, he Asian, whatever the case is, if you got common sense, man, this man took life. He took life, you know what I'm saying? No matter, and I do understand and I do acknowledge that you could be charged with something that you didn't actually do. I know personally. But you still got to look at them people with the knowledge that in a certain circumstance or certain situation, they will take life because they took life. And even if they didn't, they locked up and doing time for it. So you got the people who take on the attitude, man, I'm locked up for it, man. I might as well, hey, man, if you mess with me, woo, woo, woo. So you got to look at it like that. I know a dude personally, he told me out his own mouth. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, the dude, Action Jackson, notorious gunner, big fat dude, man. Action Jackson might have been pushing close to 400. All he did was walk around in gun brawls and get gunning charges and do old freaky stuff, you know what I'm saying? Didn't care. And I remember he was talking one day in the kitchen when dudes was joking him and saying stuff to him like, man, you be gunning, bro. You nasty big old face, walking around with butter in your sock and all that. And he said, hey, so what, man? Man, they locked me up for grape. I ain't never do it. So since they want to lock me up and keep me locked up, because at the time he had been locked up over 20-something years. He said, if they want to keep me locked up for that, yeah, I'm going to disrespect every woman that come around me. That's right. I'm doing time for it. He was more or less trying to justify it. Whether he was right or wrong, that ain't for me to say or whatever. But that's what he said. I heard him say that with my own ears. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's true or not. But I look at that. I take everything when I was doing time and processing, man, because you in a foreign country. You got to learn what's going on. You got to do the knowledge to things. You got to analyze things. So I look at that the same way with a dude is locked up for murder. Whether he did it or not, if I know he got that case, ain't no telling what he might do. You got to proceed with caution. You got to put a caution flag on him, you did? So that's the way I looked at it. Just like the same thing that happened with me and Big Raymond. I know Raymond was locked up for murder. Plus, he's a big old Bama. So I'm not finna play with him because I don't know what he going to do with me. I know what he say, and I'm going to believe you. If you threaten me, I'm going to believe you. You did? So, but when it comes to that messing with kids or just grape of women or whatever, man, I done seen the script flipped on a minute of them jokers, bro. I mean, a minute. I could go down the line. There's so many. Like, because we in the state and dudes don't know what you locked up for. But like I say, people will find out what you locked up for. So when they do find out what you locked up for, but you can have a reputation, you could be liked, you could be feared, you could be, you know what I'm saying, like the dude that everybody be around. If they find out that you did something with some kids, or you did something like, taking a woman's, you know what I'm saying, virtual, man, bro, but everybody turning on you, bro. The wolves is out. They is disrespecting you now, talking to you different. Dudes are just peel away from you. Some dudes that might have been real close to, they just peel away from you. And I done seen it. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, some of them dudes be, head busters, man. I remember the first one that comes to my mind was the dude Dre. And old bow-legged dude, man, real good athlete, man. Real good athlete. As far as like in the penitentiary, played ball, played football. He rough, rugged. You know what I'm saying? And talk that talk and will bang, 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 pop off on you. And I remember when I was on Augusta back in the day, and it came out that somebody came on there. I don't know how it took that long to come out, because of the simple fact where he was from. He from Richmond. A lot of dudes from Richmond, so a lot of dudes that know what's going on. But I remember it came out, man. They said he was a serial rapist. You know what I'm saying? And it came out one day on the basketball court, man, and it resulted in a fight where he got to bang, bang, and he banged the dude out. Who said it? Banged him out. You know what I'm saying? But it was out there now. Everybody knew it. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody was looking at him with a crooked eye. When he came back out the hole, everything was different, man. Dudes was like shine. Dudes that he used to kick it with and talk to. Dudes was like shying away from him. Like, man, man, what's up with you, man? I ain't nothing, man. And it just changed. You could see the energy. Everything changed with him, and he just got more aggressive. He was like on some crazy stuff. Then like he ready to rumble. He he told the bell because he know people talking about him, but he not really denying what was being said about him. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of like knew it had some truth to it. Man, we talking about 7, 8, probably double-digit women that he was accused of. And then after that, bro, he started doing weird stuff. He started, like, it's out there. He know. He started getting gunning charges. Bro, he was in the stairway one time where that's when he left me. But I ran into him on other camps too. But he was in the stairway one time, man. And I know this may sound like a joke, but it's dead serious. The nurse was coming up the stairs, because on Augusta, them nurses come up the stairs and go to the building, to the block. They deliver medicine, because certain dudes get medicine at certain times. Other than that, you go to the pill call when they call pill call. But certain dudes had certain type of, I guess, life-sustaining medicine that they had to get at certain times. So when they do that, a nurse will come to the building and bring it, either it's at count time or whatever time it is. So this nurse was supposed to be coming to the building one day, and it wasn't exactly count time, but getting close to count time, where everybody should have been in a block and in, or at least in the park, getting ready to get locked up for count. But she was coming up the stairway, and she said that this dude was up dang on there, like in the roof, like spread out, like in the roof. When she coming up the stairs, was like she couldn't see him unless you look up, and she just felt something, looked up, and he was up there like that. He dropped down on her and tried to take her body. I said, what in the hell, LeBron James? Tried to take her body, man. And it's a white lady on Augusta. And it's a black dude. Man, they say they almost beat the skin off of him. You know what I'm saying? And locked them up and shipped them up off of that joint, right? And gave him that case. So it was like he was keeping it under wraps until it came out. But then when it came out of him. Like, that's what he do. And prior to you having that knowledge, you wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known it. But then again, though, you know, like I say, I'm young. But it might have been dudes in there that was older and who been around. They might have seen that in him already. But man, he turned into a straight pervert, dog. I remember being on other camps with him, and I'm talking about I was in the block with him maybe 3 different pods within the length of years that I was on this particular compound. Every block I was in with him on, he went to jail for gunning. Every block. Every block. Females were like, man, what did you do? He was getting in corners. He was getting in showers. He getting in chase closets. He standing in stairways, gunning the bras when they, man, I say, gosh almighty. Freaked out. But dudes won't go on at him with real live aggression because you got to push messing with him because he gonna push. You see what I'm saying? So it's different. Then I had homeboys that even like real homeboys that came out about them and changed on them, man. And one dude I knew in particular, I spoke on him on the video before. I never knew that. He was on there getting bros. He had a CO probably longer than anybody I knew on there without getting caught before he got caught. I'm talking about he had maybe I had like a 2.5 year run. Well, I'm talking about everybody in the block knew that's his girl. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't no bad looking female neither. And she bringing the sag. He doing what he want to do with her. And you know what I'm saying? Then it came out, man, that he did some crazy stuff, man. And to a juvenile. So everybody flipped on everybody. I ain't even know how to act with him, bro. He tried to talk to me one time. I just felt awkward. I felt bad because I was cool with him because he was a young homie, but it just made me feel weird, man. Because the whole time he talking, I can't stop looking at him like, man, did you do all this freaking stuff? It was weird, bro. It was real weird. And then I could even back up now that I'm talking about it because I'm just talking off the top of my head, remembering this stuff. I could back up even to Mecklenburg. And it was a dude on there, man. Everybody was cool with him. He was a funny looking joker, though. He's one of them jokers that had all that acne all on his face. Real bad acne, man. But he was a hell of an athlete, too, especially on that football field. I'm talking about he was literally hurting jokers. If dudes was on the bird, they know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just say his nickname. I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't, you wouldn't know his real name. But they called him Chill. And Chill was man, he was vicious on that football field, bro. He was vicious, and everybody kicked it with him and hollered at him. He gambled a little bit, not a whole lot, but he always was loud. Then he had one of them big booming voices, bigger than what he was. He was just cut up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe about 180, 190, cut up, just solid and rough. But he like I say, he looked rough too, and he talked rough. He's like, yeah, man, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, get the football, let's play. Yeah, I'm gonna bust one of you. I'm gonna bust one of you suckers up. I bet you I'm gonna send somebody to medical. He was one of them dudes, like always boisterous, always loud. So you always knew he was present. And bro, it came out on him. I don't know. Somebody, all it takes is even like in real life, somebody who don't like you, somebody that cool with you, who know your secrets or something. And then as soon as you know what I'm saying, run afoul of them, they put it out there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you know, you can't trust nobody. But in this situation, you know what I'm saying, people probably wanted to know this, but that's just how it is in life, man. You be cool with people, you entrust them to secrets or whatever. As soon as they get mad at you, it's going out. It's going out. It's going email everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, man, he pissed somebody off. Might have been somebody he bust up on that football field. But they told on him, man, he was locked up, man, because he supposedly beat his girlfriend up real bad. I mean, like this close to unaliving her, and she survived. But they had a baby too, and the baby was like an infant. And he beat the baby and choked the baby and took the baby life. So that's what he was locked up for, you know, taking the baby life and almost beating his baby mama to death. You know, allegedly, that's what he was locked up for. And when that came out, bro, he went from being a dude that everybody, you know, fed off his energy when he came out or knew he was coming and kicked in and kiki ha with him. To, man, ain't nobody even want to talk to him no more, bro. It was sad. And I know y'all probably say it's sad, but he deserved it for what he did. And true indeed. But I'm talking about from being on the scene, it was just sad to watch because you talking about somebody that you see every day a certain way, and now he's just like ostracized. I'm talking about even the dude that was his best friend. Bro, I can't deal with you. But man, I mean, what you mean? Nah, I can't deal with you, bro. It was crazy work, man. And this early in my bit too. See, I had to back all the way up and thought about that with Mecklenburg. This early, you know what I'm saying? You talking about my first 5 years still. Yeah, still in the first 5. And man, that came out on him, bro, and that was bad for him, bro. He stopped even coming outside at one point. They say he was crash out in there, snapping on dudes, snapping on the police. When dudes start doing that, they looking for a way out. They looking for a way to change, and that's what people be thinking. That, you know, is it like if you out here on the street and you in your city and something happened and you get a bad reputation or something, and everybody making it hard for you around where you live, your neighborhood or whatever, you just get up and move. You cannot do that in prison, bro. You can't. You can get locked up. You can go to another compound. Eventually, you can. That information going right along with you. It going right with you. You ain't gonna never be able to get away from it. Never be able to get away from it, bro. And you talking about a kid, a child? Oh man, you gonna have dudes that hate you to the core. Dudes is gonna be plotting on you. Dudes that wanna hurt you. You gonna have to keep that joint on you all the time because you got dudes in there that's going through so many emotional changes, bro. They can't be around their kids. They can't be around their mama, their sisters, their brothers. And you did something to a kid, they look at it in a different lens, like, man, that was my kid. You know what I'm saying? Then you get them dudes in there that did something to little young girls, and dudes in there that got daughters that's little young girls. They be looking at them like, you know, and then something happened to their little girl out there and they can't get to the dude. They look at you. They look at you. You probably would have did that to my daughter. And they be on it, bro. I done seen dudes get slayed. I done seen dudes get attacked without even knowing they getting ready to get attacked. Going to the dude, just pop off on them. Go, man, you look great. You one of them. I mean, just crush them. And I be like, wow. You know, and I done seen it flip. I done seen dudes try to attack them dudes, and them dudes prevail. Them dudes come out on top. Because, like I told you, man, at war, ain't nobody guarantee you no victory. Nobody. Just because he fouled don't mean you can whoop him. Just because he one of these type of dudes don't mean you can just carry him. It don't work like that. Not in the real world. And penitentiary is the real world. It's a different world, but it's the real world. Because you can't run from nothing in there. You can't hide from nothing. You can't get away from nothing. If you out on the street and something go bad in your city, and your city is DC, and you go to New York, man, chances is ain't nobody gonna know nothing about you. Unless you super duper famous. Ain't nobody gonna know what you did over here. You get a whole new beginning. It do not work like that in prison. When your secrets come out, they out. They out. And you ain't gonna be able to get away from it. Straight up, man. And yeah, it's different though. It's different for murderers. Ain't nobody just running up on no murderer. They can tell you there, oh man, he out there, he kills us. They ain't doing that. They ain't doing that. Cause they don't want to be the next one to get murdered. You know what I'm saying? If he killed 3 people, allegedly, you ain't trying to be number 4. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? That's just real talk. But if he done did this to some women or some kids, oh, his dudes will take a chance on you. Soon as they get married, soon as something ain't going right with them, even though it ain't got nothing to do with them, they gonna get at you. And when they get at you, they gonna be trying to really put it on you, bro. Really, they gonna try to extort you too. But once you ain't going for the extortion game, if you act like you gonna stand tall, yeah, they'll get at you now. So yeah, man. But I mean, that's just the penitentiary life. That's just how it go, bro. You. Once your secrets come out, it's out. It cannot. You can't get away from it. Ain't nowhere to go. Ain't nowhere. You ain't go with PC. Still, everybody know. COs know. COs gonna treat you different. COs might play with your food. COs might pop your door when they know somebody out there want to get you. COs might see you arguing with somebody and pull up on the dude you're arguing with. Man, I'm gonna pop his door at 4 o'clock. You can just run up in there. I don't care. I know what he did. I don't care. And the female CO, oh my stars. Oh my stars. I'd have been on compounds where you got female COs that go for the gunning game. They ain't got no problem with it. But I told you these COs got access to your files, your records, your everything. And they be letting dudes gun them and gun. And they know that you locked up for messing with a woman, like taking her, stuff or whatever. You get in that shower, or you get in that corner, or you wait till they come around, do a round. They gonna scream bloody murder on you, going to jail. You getting a sex charge. You gonna have to register as a sex offender again. Yeah, they don't play that. I knew this one in particular, and that's how everybody found out about this dude. And he's still in there too, cause he on there with Cover Key. And shout out to Cover Key. I tell the Cover Key he's still on it. And you wouldn't have never knew this about this dude. This dude he go to church. That's how Key cool. He go to church every week. He cut up like a fifth of dope. He win all the competitions for the Iron Man competitions on there. Good dude, talk respectful. Man, they say he takes them women, man. And this female CO knew that, because she went in his files, because she used to give him hell. She locked him up, and everybody was like, "No, he don't do that. Well, man, he Christian, man. That's what." She said, okay, and she put it out there. She said, "I don't play that. Y'all know I don't play that, but she do play that." What she say? "But I especially ain't gonna play it with nobody who I know do that to women, cause he looking at me and he might be trying to do that to me." And she was trying to adjust, because everybody got on her about locking him up. "You must have been mistaken. He don't do that." Oh, she said, "Oh, yes, he do. Yes, he do." She said, "You better get somebody to check it. I know what he does." And she put it out there for him. That crushed him. That crushed him right there. Everybody looked at him different, like, "Oh, you faking with the bacon." He's still in there, man. He like, on the surface, he's a good dude. Now, whether he did it or not, who knows? But if it come out, it's out, and shoot, hey, a lie or the truth in the penitentiary, you still gonna have to deal with it. Straight up. It is what it is, man. But hopefully that answered the question, though. The people ask me, how do they treat people when they know? And like I said, a lot of times with y'all, I'm in the States. It ain't like you got to go in prison and show your paperwork. Ain't nobody going to be really bold enough, for the most part, to come say, when you first walk in, say, "Hey, man, what you locked up for?" They don't do that. Not in the States. They may do it in the feds. And let me see your paperwork. Man, ain't nobody doing that in the States. You try that in the States, man, somebody can say, "All right, hold on, here you go." But that's what you supposed to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do with that information? What business is that of yours? What you locked up for? You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna come off in the States. But feds a different ball game, man. I can't speak on it. I ain't never been in it. But if they do just happen to find out, and it's some fugazi stuff, oh, you got action. You got action, man. But anyway, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. I would appreciate it if you hype me up, like me up, man. Share the video, and we gonna keep the ball rolling, man. Yeah, for right now, that's what we gotta do. Gotta do it, man. We push a P 24/7, 365, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and duck them hooks, man.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something, because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.